Hey, I admire Mr. Nicolas Sarkozy, the French president. Recently, he's saying that France has too many foreigners, and it's becoming a problem because they don't want to be French. They still want to hold on to their whatever, the Russian or the Italian or whatever. They're not integrating, and I guess they're marveling at America. And I'm stunned by this whole pronouncement, etc. I know next year or this year is the elections, and perhaps the French people are thinking there's a problem, so he sort of verbalizes it and tries to bring it into the discourse. Even in America, we have the same problem. Folks, they call Chinese American or Asian American or Jamaican American. I mean, just American and done the whole deal. I mean, if you like the Asian American, go back to Asia or go back to Jamaica or whatever. I mean, I think that you don't have to necessarily become an American, speak like an American, pick up those cultural traits and forms that aren't necessarily progressive and productive. Like, some folks come out here and then you see them start smoking and holding a cigarette out in the hand, that nice way like all Americans do it. Or they go on watching all these talk shows or whatever and they end up, nowhere. But it's ironic, nevertheless, that Mr. Sarkozy would say that because his parents are not French. I think his mom is Italian and his father is Russian or something like that. But they're not French. But he grew up and he became the president of France, and apparently he has integrated. He speaks French, which would have been normal if he went to school there and so on. He was born there. But for him to come out and challenge it like big times like that, the foreigners, then France probably, if he has done a sterling job, would have missed a citizen, an outstanding citizen if his parents weren't in France, you know. And they talk in terms of they're taking the jobs and so forth. Well, I mean, let's create some jobs, okay? Let's expand our economies so that we could accommodate them and ask them, look, don't try to play hypocritical. Just learn the French. Support French culture. I mean, be patriotic. Don't be conniving and trying to steal secrets and send it up to wherever you're from and just talking bad about society and just trying to grab as much as you can as opposed to sacrificing the nation. I think those are noble themes that any country would want to address and have foreigners understanding that, because I believe that everywhere I'm at, I need to be good and try to avoid problems and make a contribution. And I don't know. I mean, do you get remunerated, compensated? Are you treated properly? I recall when I was in Canada, they will say that these foreigners come in and if and try to learn Canadian culture. But I went and I was paid to learn to skate, ice skate. And there was a problem, they don't even want to teach me right. And they hate me so bad, it's like, oops, it's better I go home and just don't worry about this thing. I got some injuries also from it. I went out cross country skiing, and that was another intrigue. I didn't get into that, but this woman advised me wrong. She said if you're falling, go down on your knees, and I did that, and I have arthritis now in my outer knee there. Hit it many times, maybe 10 or 12 times that day, and I have this long-lasting injury. So, Mr. Sarkozy may also need to remind French people that they need to accept the people and open up their lives and their homes and country to the foreigners. Um, Sometimes they have the suspicion that you come to take the jobs and they won't even give you a job. So you have to now create your own little niche. And in many societies, foreigners end up doing the things like prostitution, working on transportation, and then they start also treating the nationals in a bad way. You can get, they won't give you opportunities to work, as well as the nationals won't give you opportunity to work. So you set up circles in which people now have to come into communities, Chinese community, West Indian community, whatever community, so they could help out each other and survive in the society. So just blaming the foreigners might not necessarily be the answer, but French people also have to accept these people and be patient with them, and try to encourage them and teach them the French thing. Don't hold secrets and yeah, you don't have French experience, so you can't work here and all this stuff. Sometimes people have different ideas they want to try out, and they're genuine, and the idea would take things to another level, but you don't get a break. I recall in Canada, I had this business, and um, I had to be careful with hiring people because they're coming in to destroy your business. And they're arguing that, well, he's an entrepreneur, he's a self-employed one-man show, whereas H&R Block has all this money invested and he has all these people hired. So we shouldn't have him challenging all these five around here. He should go, and so H&R Block should stay, and all that kind of stuff. And if you come with an idea, they'll take it and shoot you and throw you in the garbage. You know what I mean? So it's big, Mr. Sarkozy, and I wish you well. And but be fair. Just don't keep pushing the stereotypes that the foreigners are a problem. Look and see whether the French people are also contributing to the problem. Because, as I said, sometimes you can't get bank loans. And in Canada, I know, for example, some communities had to start stealing cars, breaking into houses to be able to get some assets, to be able to progress in the society. And then they'll say, oh, there's thieves and there's scams and this and that. But they try to get a loan, no. They try to get here, no. They're shutting things out. They're coming together and plan how to, do stuff. You don't even know there's a hiring over there, hire the friends and the family and so forth. So it's all around, Mr. Sarkozy. So let us see how you could address all these issues and get your society the way you really want it to be.